Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time, um, and things have changed around here. Yeah, just thought I would come in and just talk about a few things. Um, the last time I was on here, this was like kind of like a channel for my journey in France and things. I wanted to vlog a lot more, but I didn't because just life just was, I was in real life really more than anything. But things have changed, and yeah, I just want to talk about it today. So yeah, um, okay, so enjoy the video. Thanks. I don't know. I just went. Obviously, I went through. I went through something where I was so absolutely drained, and it's been a month since I hit a wall, and I was totally burnt out and overwhelmed and stressed and just tired. And I think, obviously I felt that for over some months. And I just didn't know what to do with myself until I had to stop, to get signed off from the job, which I didn't even think was a solution of my tiredness, because it's like, is this normal for most people? Um, yeah, so the burnout was really, really hard to deal with. Like, I just didn't feel like doing anything. Every week I would just be so tired, just getting through the week to the weekend. And then on the weekend it was like trying to regenerate my strength on the Saturday and do nothing, and then Sunday would start again to prepare for the week. And having three kids, and it's just you by yourself, and plethora of you know job work back to back at work. Like, it was just back to back of intense deadlines and high turnarounds, quick turnarounds. And it was just getting way too much. But because I'm on high speed mode all the time, it just kind of distracted me from the tiredness while I was doing it. And then when it was the end of the day, it was like, oh my God, I'm completely frazzled. Um, and that went on for I would say, throughout the year. Yeah, definitely throughout the year, from about April onwards, all the way until August. And then I took time off for 10 days. And even that's like, my boss was like, you're going away for 10 days. It made me feel bad about going away and taking a break. And I took the 10 days, and I think it took me about 4 days to really recuperate. Um, and then after that, I realized that, wow, I actually don't have that much holiday left to take, like annual leave. So I just thought, I'm just going to plow through. My plan is to go to France at some point. Hopefully they'll keep me on. If they don't, they don't. If they do, they do. But in all case, like, my surroundings, I'm just not happy about it, because I'm, the kids need to be by their father, and I'm here struggling when I don't need to be. I felt like I needed to be for the last few years, and now, things have settled down a bit, and living in England, where it's cold, rainy, we miss out on summers sometimes. Like, the last couple of years, I think we've missed out. Did we have summer last year? Not really. Not really. Like, yeah, we had the beginning of summer, and like the start, like June, July, and then throughout the August, it was horrible. Yeah, that's right. For the last 2 years, we haven't had like a real summer, like a real long summer. Would have a week here and there, and then it would just be raining, windy, and then come back again. And then before you know it, when we're ready for autumn, it's becomes sunny again. It just was such a confusing time. And although we've got our home, and we're here, it just feels like I was on this you know wheel of just spinning, of just continually just going and grinding through. And so every day waking up to grey skies, every day, like every week at least, waking up to grey skies and rain, and not just normal rain, like rain that will hit you on the side of your face. Like, the rain is coming in that direction. And it's just been I had that niggling voice at the back of me, like thinking, I've got this great house, garden, but I just don't like the neighborhood. It was just very remote. I work remotely, so when you go out, there's nothing to do when you go out. You can just walk to the shops, and mind you, there's only 2 shops in this, like 5 miles, 5 miles radius, and it's just really nothing here. We're far from anyone, and it's just been every morning waking up to going to work, not sleeping at night, just dragging myself, getting through the day, getting through the rain, getting through. It just feels like it was just going down until I hit that wall in October, end of October, and I just couldn't face it anymore. I wasn't taking breaks at work, and I'm working from home. It's so easy to take breaks, is it? But because I'm so busy, time just flies, and you just don't. And I'd come downstairs with my laptop and prepare food while my laptop's on, while people were messaging me to do this, do that, do that. And it just felt like it was just constant. And so when I hit this wall and I felt like I couldn't get up, and I was in bed from Friday to Monday, it was like, what is going on? And then eventually I tried to get some therapy, and the therapist said maybe your vitamin D levels are low. And plus my eczema was starting to like play up, which it normally does around winter time anyway. But I found out that vitamin D levels and eczema and all that kind of thing is all linked together. Stress, or everything that's the worst recipe for a flare up came, and it's been a month now, and I'm just getting out of it. I feel. I mean, I'm still tired. But my sleep is a little bit better. A little bit better. I fall asleep though, like ridiculously, like 8:30, 9 o'clock. When before I'd stay up and scroll for like hours just to forget and just to switch off, which is not the way to switch off, because sometimes I don't even have dreams of things that I've watched before that. So anyway, time has gone, and I've had time to slow right down. Like I've ignored things like paperwork and stuff. I mean, I've done the minimum, but having that job, having constant communication with people at work, and never being able to have any deep work, always multitasking, like always on the go. And then while that's happening, I've got 3 different schools for my children that have 3 sets of emails, spam emails of the kids, things that they have to do, what to remember when it's non-uniform day, what events happening, parent-teachers meeting, things to bring in, things to like it's just so much. It was so much, and it kind of still is, but now it's been a time where I'm thinking, right, things need to start. I need to reevaluate a lot of my life choices, and that includes coming to France. And initially in August, I decided, like, right, that's it, we're going to France next year. And although I have this in my mind this whole time, I was just like, I'm just trying to get through it. Let's just keep running until February. Let me save my money, get the goal. If I can keep my job, I can. At first it was like, I have this job and I could use it in France, but they're saying maybe not. But actually, when I have been speaking to my therapist, she's just like, why would you want to keep a job that's so stressful, that's put you through this? And although it's stressful, everyone is the people in my team are great. You have other jobs that's not so stressful, but the people in your job are assholes. And then you come to a nice job, like a nice team, but the job is so intense. So it just feels like the balance. So they're just like, why would you want to keep a job that's stressful, that's caused you to do that, if it's not something that you're even experienced in? Like I've come from a background of HR, and this job is more of a project role where I assist 14 people. So I organize their travel, their logistics, that kind of thing. So it just feels like it's not really even part of my role anyway. It's a bit lower than what I would do, but the money is it's a lot, and that's what my aim has been this whole time. So anyway, my therapist was like, why are you relying on them deciding whether you can keep the job or not? And that's actually quite true. So yeah, it's been a time. It has been a time. But I mean, it's just the fact that all of that, plus having work things on my phone and work colleagues texting me on the Saturday, Sunday, it was just too much. Anyway, fast forward, it's been a month. I've really reevaluated. My sleep has been my priority, and although it's not perfect, but I am getting the rest that I need. I am getting a good routine for the children. As long as they're in bed quickly, then I get to go to bed quickly and then wake up and feel refreshed and not feel so tired. Because we're in a village, there's not much to do. but I just want to see how I go. I'm meant to be starting work on Monday. However, yeah, I'm just not sure if I'm 100% ready. One of my colleagues was like, just stay, just relax, don't rush. Yeah, but at least the main thing is that I feel better in myself, and not that I'm ready to go back to work, but I'm feeling better in myself. I've been taking vitamin D3, K2 supplements. I've been taking cod liver oil for my skin. I've been taking probiotics to help because I got skin infection on my hands before, which is still not 100%. Well, I mean, it's getting there. I'd say it's about 60% okay. You know, so I've just had a time and I'm not 100% okay just yet, but I'm getting there. And I was told that I could come back on a staggered return, which is like, you know, a couple of hours a day or something like that. So I feel like my main goal now is to get to France. And I guess I know that France is not easy, but I've lived there for 6 years and I know what it's like there. I think I've grown a bit more thick-skinned because when I used to live there, it was just like, why are they like that? Why are people so rude? Why are they so racist? Why are they this, and the other? But I've grown up a bit now and I really don't care and I don't have time to come down to people's levels. I just don't. I just question it still, like why? But it doesn't hurt me like it used to. So at least with that, I already know what people are like over there. I know that there's loads of bureaucracy over there too. I also know that we'll be pretty much starting again, but this time with some furniture. Moving our stuff over there. Like I don't want to have to start 100% again, like from ground zero. I still want to keep things that I've accumulated, and I don't have much, to be fair. And I haven't really settled in this house, as you can see. It's very much stark white, no pictures or anything on the wall. So it's just, we don't even have that much furniture, to be fair. And I think I've always known that, I don't know, I just haven't felt 100% settled since we've been here, and it's been 5 years. 5 years, and for the first 3 years I was really pining on going back to France. It just didn't happen, and I just thought maybe I just can't because of my ex and everything like that. But really, I'm just not happy here, and I never was. So that's why I moved to France. I only came back because of some circumstances, but my happy place is over there, despite bureaucracy, despite the culture difference, because there are parts of the culture that I actually love. The weather is great. Wintertime can be a bit drying on the skin. But now I feel like being here for the last 5 years, I've learnt how to take care of myself, that I need to thrive, and I can just try and get that back in France, especially when it comes to medical sides of things, dental sides of things. I think that's the main importance. And and trying to really integrate into French society compared to before. I was more of a stay-at-home mum, so I didn't really get out much. Now the kids are older. The kids need to have their language back. I need to have my language in a good place because je parle français quand même, mais de temps en temps j'hésite si j'ai pas confiance en moi-même. Alors j'ai besoin de quelque chose pour faire de push. I need something to push me. I feel like my French is okay. I haven't been around French people for a very long time. Je comprends tout. Non, je comprends 80% à peu près. Mais c'est possible la conversation avec quelqu'un, avec les gens. So yeah, it's possible that I can have a conversation, but I've learned French by ear, by songs, by my partner, by his family, and I've had a course before, but it was such a long time ago, and so I just think I want to integrate into France a little bit more than I did when I lived there before. I was there from about 2011 and 2012, then went back 2014, came back to UK for give birth and everything. Went back 2014, left 2019. So I've had a good span there. And I've even still got things in storage over there. So it just feels like our life was at a halt for all this time. I just needed to get my head right, get my mum right, get things sorted, my health and everything like that. And now I'm just ready to go back. So I guess this will be a vlog to what's the word, to kind of like a journey back into France. And we will be in the south of France, in Montpellier, Yeah. So right now I'm not looking like my hair. I'm just. It's cold here, uh, and I just thought I felt a push to come onto camera and talk about it, and hopefully you guys will follow this journey. Um, we're not going for now, but I will be coming on here to talk about our our preparation. So far, the only real preparation I've done is get a bank account and just put money aside. I've been doing research on places to live and how we're going to get there. And the plan is to find a one bedroom, unfurnished apartment. And yes, it sounds with three kids too. It's going to be wild, but my plan is to have an unfurnished apartment. Hopefully, it has the basics in there, like a fridge. I would like, I obviously need this checklist of what I want in an unfurnished one, but at least the basics are there, which includes a fridge and a kitchen, because most French play unfurnished is like unfurnished, like with not even appliances. But as long as I can get a place that has appliances, that's great. We can get in there and I can start shipping our furniture. The only roadblock at the moment is how we're going to get there with the furniture. That the most cost-effective way. We thought about driving to France, to south, but remember we're in the south, and although we're at the coast of the UK right now, we just need to go across the water, get to France. But from the north to the south takes 10 hours, and we have three children, so it's not as if we can all do it together. My partner suggested that I get the things into France, be in the north, get to the north, leave our stuff in storage in the north, and find a driver from the north down to the south, instead of it being from the UK to France, which might be like finding a man in a van from UK to France might be a bit more, I don't know if expensive, but it's more doable if the people are in France. So that's an option. So right now that's the roadblock. We've also renewed my son's passport, so he's dual nationality. I guess both my kids are dual nationality. My son was born in France, my daughter wasn't. However, for my son at the moment, he can renew his French passport. So that's what we did yesterday. We went to the French consulate in London to do that. We took a day, went down there, and his one is getting processed right now. My daughter could have been an easy one too, but they were saying you need to translate her birth certificate, her British one, in order to get the French one. And then once you get a French birth certificate or an registered French child, then you can apply for a passport. But I think as long as my son's one is sorted, then we can just sort out my daughter's one. I mean, we couldn't do it because their dad didn't bring his original birth certificate. He had a copy, but not the original. So just because of that, we couldn't get that done for her. However, we keep saying to my son, he's the key to get us out of here. So just quickly going back, because Brexit happened after we'd left, it just feels like, I was like, oh, how are we going to get back into France? I knew there was a way. And the fact that UK chose Brexit, they choose to leave the EU, was so disheartening. And at a time when I could have got residency, I was really, really ill at the time, and I just didn't have the energy to do it at that moment in 2019. So when I came back and they just kind of locked the borders for people moving freely, I didn't really think about it. And so now the status that I will be going is that I have a child that's French, and so I have the right to work in France. I have the right to have a work permit and a stay. And my two kids, I also have a daughter from a previous relationship, an eldest daughter, she's 15, and she'll obviously be connected in that type of way because she has a mother who has children in French. So I know it'll be easy. So far that's what we've done. For our preparation to go. We are now coming up to December. It's now November the 30th, I believe. We're about to put our Christmas tree up here for the last time. Everything we're doing right now, it seems like it's the last time. Like the kids are going to be taken out of school in February. I would like to put them back into school, but once we get there and find a place to live, finding the school that's connected closer to our home or our permanent residency might take some time. So they might end up being homeschooled for a few months. And then before you know it, it's summer, and they break up in the beginning of July, end of June. So, if we get there end of February, March, April, May, June, like 4 months, I mean, it's a possibility, but we're open to homeschooling them for a few months before they start in September. So they get some time to adjust to just being there before they get thrown into school and a whole new culture. My eldest two, they already know what French school is like. My youngest has, even though he was born there, he came here when he was 3, so he doesn't really know anything about French school. Um, so that's the plan so far. So I'll keep you posted. Is there anything else? Work wise, obviously, I got this job. If they keep me, that's great. If they don't, I also have a business too that I would like to grow. If not, then I'll just find, I was teaching English before, maybe I could go back and do that again. But I do have 3 months to be in France while I'm still working, so at least I have an income. So I'll just have to work that out when I get there. I need to build my dossier, which is like a file of me to find a place to live. And the aim is to find a 3-bedroom. If a 3-bedroom comes up, that would be great. But for my budget, 2-bedroom might be more likely, which is a bit tricky. Like I said, I'm doing a temporary unfurnished place for maybe the first 3-4 months. We'll see how that goes. Empty, so then I can slowly bring my stuff over. We can, have like blow-up beds, which we do have as well, blow-up beds. And yeah, I guess being in a temporary place makes us see the neighborhood, see where we want to live, that kind of thing. But I have to be flexible. So that's the plan. And yeah, I hope you follow me on the journey back to France. Yeah. So thanks for watching. If you want to follow the journey, please subscribe, and yeah, I'll keep you posted. Okay, thanks.